The swinging 60s. A decade of change like no other. The Brits were invading the world with music instead of muskets, space programs were extraplanetary measuring contests, and being part of the counterculture meant rejecting hygiene and living out of a van. But at the forefront of it all was Vapid's magnum opus, the Dominator 645. Let's be clear, this isn't the kind of Dominator that pairs well with a leather jacket and a plummeting T count. This is the car that's bought to impress all 28 followers on your vintage lifestyle Snapmatic account. Be that as it may, this is still the Dominator. Much like the creepy violent celebrities and military recruiters, Vapid had their sights set on the youth. But in order to get a slice of that sweet disposable income pie, it meant accepting that Europeans had both style and performance in spades. Except that one. If Vapid was going to attract the attention of America's future customer service critics and HOA presidents, they were going to have to do something bold. Instead of making a sporty version of their economy car, the 645 was given a shoestring budget and the bones of the blade to build off of. Was it up to par with the European elegance of the decade? Of course not, but the sporty look was enough to get people looking the other way, long enough to catch a glance at the Dominator's bargain bin price tag. The 645 was at the apex of American styling and affordability, making it the best bang for your buck since prescription benzos and hard liquor. Under the hood, the Dominator came equipped with a respectable inline 6 or the infamous 289 small block. The larger engine combined with the pony car's lightweight construction made for impressive speed and handling. At least it was for 1964. Remember that the next time you think about drag racing a Vivanite at the stoplight. Simply put, the Dominator was a bombshell for the automotive landscape, sending Vapid's contemporaries into an R&D frenzy so they'd have a product to match. But before De Classe A could show the world its vigorous Vigero, the Dominator had one more trick up its sleeve: the Hellenbach GT. Before it was the garage centerpiece of snobby multi-millionaires, a Hellenbach could be bought from the man himself for under 5 large. The only rule was to BYO your own Dominator. Hellenbach farmed livestock, flew aircraft, and lived race cars, which made for a powerful partnership between Hellenbach American and the Vapid Motor Company. Hellenbach didn't even have to reinvent the wheel with his GT either. The Dominator was almost perfect. All it needed was a good relocation of those control arms, better shocks, tighter steering, and some tinkering with the exhaust. Not only could it move like the lips of an auctioneer selling it for 6 figures, but it could handle itself around a track. Then, to top it all off, a fake hood scoop and the coveted Go Fast stripes made for the hallmark differences separating the Hellenbach owner from the sea of Dominators. The official statement that you could blow coquette money if you wanted, but you didn't. And the rest is Dominator history. The only difference now is there are no factory cheap performance cars on the market. Vapid was sure to squeeze their prize pony for everything it was worth. Every generation that followed the 645 shared the mechanics of the name, but never what made the car a runaway success to begin with. This was a car that survived Vapid's army of prodding executive suits and number-crunching accountants. This was the machine that transcended from automobile to figurehead of a generation, but perhaps most crucially, a concept that kept Vapid out of the grave and into the youthful lexicon, alongside words like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, redefining post-war automotive consumerism and becoming the poster child for angsty teenagers across the nation.